Well, hello, and welcome to Preparing to Survive and Thrive Homesteading channel with Charlie B. So what am I up to today? Well, I am going to be smoking a pork loin. And this is usually a great New Year recipe. Granted, you're going to be receiving it after the New Year, but maybe you can schedule it for next year for New Year's. But we're just going to have some simple sauerkraut and some scalloped potatoes with it. And let me get you down here so you can see how I started this pork roast. Oh, by the way, thank you subscribers, thank you followers, and I do appreciate you. And remember, if you do like this content, please like, share, and subscribe. Okay, here's my pork roast. It has been soaking in the milk for 48 hours. What I'm going to do is I'm going to empty this out, let the milk drain off of it, and then I'm going to let it warm up to room temperature for about 2 hours, and then I'm going to put it on the smoker. So let me empty this out, and I'll show you how I cut it and what I'm going to do with it more. So I dumped the pork roast out and let the milk drain off of it. As you can see, I put slices in it so the milk would get in order to soften it inside. And when I go to put this on the smoker, I'm actually going to take and put chunks of butter in here to let it slowly cook into this. This will make it so good. So good. It'll be more tender and juicy, and I did the cuts on both sides, even where the fat is. So let me sit this out. Well, I'm going to actually hide it and let it warm up a little bit before I put it on the smoker and add my spices to it. So I've got my roast up to about room temperature, and this is a pork loin roast. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to I'm going to roll it over because I want to start on the side that doesn't have any fat on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start with adding some seasonings on this side. And what I'll be using is salt, pepper, garlic, thyme, and rosemary. Now, of course, salt and pepper and garlic are always, and the seasonings are pretty much always to taste. But I'm going to do this side, the one that does not have any fat on it. I'm going to have it going up here to face us. Now these lesions that I cut in here, they are at minimal halfway through on all of them. And I've got whole pieces of rosemary. Now I'm going to be generous with the rosemary. Because rosemary really makes the meat good. And I'm going to be doing some thyme or thyme, however you want to call that, however you want to say it. And of course, these are the whole leaves too, and I'm going to be sprinkling a pretty good bit of that also. Now, whenever I go to put this on the grill, this side is going to go down onto the smoking grill or the smoker grill. And I'm also going to take a little bit of maple syrup. This is a guy that lives about an hour away from me, and I picked it up, so there you go. So we're just going to do a little bit of that. I'm just going to put it down here. I'm not going to bother rubbing this. I'm just going to let it sink in kind of right here. Just a little bit. I'm not going to go overboard on the maple syrup because I don't want it to oversweeten it. But I do want to have a little bit of a sweet taste. Now, I'm going to take my hands and give it a good push to push this in to this because this is going to be side down. I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. It's pretty cold and windy out today, so I'm going to go ahead and flip this over and season it on this side also on the inside of the house. But I'm going to do this one a little different because this will be face up. It will not be face down. I'm going to take butter and I'm going to put some chunks of this into the slices that I cut. This will make it juicier, savior, and it will also even tenderize it more. Now, pork loin can be very dry sometimes and very kind of a little bit on the tough side. So now this is probably close to a tablespoon of butter per slice. You can see how big I'm cutting because this is from a block. It's not that thick, but it's thicker than a pat of butter. And then I'm cutting each of those pieces in half. I'm just sliding those right down there in those holes. Slide those right down in. And then we're going to go add our garlic. We're going to add a little bit extra one up here. Our thyme. Isn't there a song about thyme in the bottle? Yeah, I might be dating myself, but that's actually a little even older than me. And my rosemary. Add some extra rosemary to that. Can't go wrong with it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add some more salt and pepper. Then extra salt this and extra pepper this side. And then a little bit of the maple syrup. Now, because this is a liquid, this will melt off even more. So there's no sense in wasting a whole lot of this while you're starting to cook it down. You can always go back and add more. And you can also buy like a dry maple rub or something like that if you want to put that on there. I just want to do this. Just my maple syrup, because I actually have this. I have buy extra, so I have a couple of them in my preps. Because I don't, as of yet, have a source to go and make my own maple syrup. One of these days, I'm going to find some maple trees, sweet maple trees, and actually be able to use them. So I'm going to get this out onto the grill. Kind of chilly, so I think I'm going to put a coat on. So we'll be back in a minute or two. Well, I'm out here with the smoker. I just clicked it on. It's going to start dropping some pellets in there and get it lit. So while that's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and pick this guy up and sit him right on the grill, just like that. And I'm going to go fill up the pellets, and I think I'm using hickory today with this. But I'll see what I got, and I'll keep you updated on the exact pellets that I'm going to be using to smoke this. So, like, it's from certain different woods. Like, it's either apple or it's hickory, or there's cherry, different things like that. So let me get this shut off so it will start cooking. Okay, so we're out here at the grill, the pellet grill, which is a smoker at the moment. I'm smoking. I want to show you what this looks like. I just tested the internal temperature is 145. Looks pretty good. It's very dark out here, so I got a flashlight. But yeah, I wish you could see it because it looks better than what it's showing up on film. But it's been not quite 4 hours, but I'm going to go ahead and shut this down again. And we'll be back when I go to pull it out, probably in about another 2 hours. And here is the beautiful smoked pork tenderloin. Now, this has been in the smoker for 8 hours, and you can see just how gorgeous it is. This is the fat cap that's on it. So when we cut it into it, we're going to actually see the meat. Cutting very, very, very easy. And you're supposed to have some pink in smoked meat. So it will be pink. It's still done. I did check the temperature. It's 165. So you're supposed to have a pink ring, and that means that it is a smoke job done perfect. So the white's inside, the smoke ring's on the outside. Perfect. Here, let me show you this better. Okay, maybe I should put more light on that subject. This is going to be really, really good. It's very juicy where the butter was. There you go. I have to zoom in, but cuts very, very easy right through the fat. Oh, that's so good. So, so, so good. So we're going to get this plated up. I'm just doing some sauerkraut and some leftover scalloped potatoes. So there we have it. Wow, that looks amazing. So let me get this on a plate and we'll get right to that. Eating it, that is. So before I actually do a taste test, I am going to show you how easy this is to cut with a butter knife. My husband's actually using a butter knife. I said, is it good and tender to cut? That is just, I have never seen pork cut so perfect. Most tenderloins are usually dry, and this was cooked for so long. It's just amazing. Okay, and remember, it's supposed to have a pink ring around it. It is done, so don't freak out and tell me it's not done. That's what the smoker book states. So let's get you ready for a taste test. Okay, so now for the taste test. You saw me cut it with a butter knife, and oh my Lord. I didn't cut it all the way through the fat. I could literally probably cut this with a fork and not even use the butter knife. Here we go. That is the best pork I've ever eaten. My God, that is so good. I'm definitely going to be smoking it from now on. I do love my smoker. This is something I bought at the store for sauerkraut this year. I still haven't made my own. I am going to sometime, but I thought this would be different. I want to taste that to see if it's any good. So there you go. It's pretty good. Believe it or not, you can actually taste the beer in this. I'm not sure what the little pieces of like seeds are. I haven't figured that out, but there you go. So, and of course my scalloped potatoes are always absolutely amazing. Well, there's my taste test. And remember, if you like my videos, please like, share, and subscribe. Charlie B signing out. Can't wait to get to the rest of this and start eating. I'll be seeing you soon again. Charlie B signing out.